Okay, so this video is going to be a little harsh, but here's why 97% of people will never make money online. Now, I don't know the actual statistics. It's just the majority of people will never actually make money online. And here's why. Well, there's really three reasons. The first is going to be distractions. They're distracted in life. They don't know what they want. And at the end of the day, that's never going to get you anywhere because you're never going to be able to focus on the one thing which will actually make you money online. The second, well, most people just simply aren't good enough. Like, for the longest time, I wasn't good enough. For 3 years, I wasn't good enough to actually make a sustainable income online. And that's just the truth of the matter. Most people will never be good enough. So how do you become better? Well, it's acquiring skills. It's paying for mentors. It's getting in front of the right crowd, building the right network, and just providing more value to the marketplace. Because the more value that you provide, the more income that you'll actually make. It's a supply and demand economy. You see, at the end of the day, anyone that's willing to pay you money, right, most likely has to get something in return. So the more value that you can provide to someone like myself or someone in the economy, right, the more money that you're going to make. And the more value that I provide to someone, the more money that I make as well. I mean, it took me being 8 years in the online space, or more like 7. I started when I was 14, and it really took me up until the age of 21 to really make a dent. Last year, did about 1.1 million. In the past, 14 to 15 months, we've done close to 1.7 million. And now I have a team of 12 to 14 people at any given time and have invested the majority of the money I've made back into the business, right? And along this, having traveled to 13 different countries, done so many different experiences, whether that's going up to the 123rd floor of the Burj Khalifa. My friends were hanging out at the Sheikh's farm over in Dubai, a few weeks back and seeing all these amazing things. This is only possible with the power of the internet and the power of making money online because your income is directly scalable to the amount of value that you provide. Now, step 3 is fear of failure. It's fear of being wrong. And because of that fear, so many people never take action on life. So how can we fight back on that? Well, it's to act fast. It's to not think as much, right? And still, of course, when it comes to finances, when it comes to other things, right? Sure, take your time. But too many people want everything to be perfect before they ever begin. And it's that perfection, that thought of, hey, everything has to be just right in order for this to work. That in itself is causing you to fail because you never start to begin with. So you start to see there's 3 main things. And once again, that comes back to distractions, not providing value, and fear of failure, and the inaction to actually do something with your life. Now, in order to reduce the amount of distractions, what can we do? Well, it comes down to efficiency, right? So let's say you have 24 hours in the day. Let's say you sleep 8. Maybe you sleep 6, maybe you're superhuman. I need 8 hours of sleep, maybe 9 hours sometimes, right? Maybe I'm weak here, but whatever. Let's say it's 8 hours. And then the normal human being, right, works a 9 to 5. So Monday through Friday, that's another 8 hours each day that you have and you're going to work, whatever it is. Then you drive to work, right? So you spend time in traffic for probably 30 minutes to an hour. So then you have 7 hours left in the day. And then of the 7 hours, what do? Well, most people, they watch TV for 2 or 3 hours, right? Then you have to go eat. You have to make your food. So making your food takes another 30 minutes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's another hour or 2. Then you have to go eat your food. And then what's left? Well, by the time you get done, you're so tired with everything because you just stayed in traffic. You just went to your 9 to 5 job. You just came home. Then you have to cook dinner. You have to eat dinner. Then you might have to go spend time with your family, right? And then what's left? Well, there's no time left to actually get things done. So how do you finally get to escape the matrix, as a lot of people in our current social media state are putting it? How do you escape the matrix? Well, you escape the matrix by getting more time. And how do you get more time? Well, it comes back to eliminating something else, eliminating the distractions. So let's say you spend 2 hours each day cooking your meals. What if at each Sunday you meal prepped for the entire week? So then, right there, Monday through Friday, you're getting back 10 hours. And then let's say you took it a step further, right? Let's say you put all your clothes out for the week the night before. Then you don't have to pick out your clothes in the morning. You can get a little bit extra sleep. You can knock out another 10 minutes of learning, work, something like that. And then let's say you also spend a few hours watching TV. What if you replace that every day? That's another 10 to 14, maybe 18 hours a week, right? Plus your weekends. So when people say they don't have time, they're really just distracted. They're not making priorities. And it's the lack of priorities that really hold you back from success. So think about that. That's number one. That's why 97% of people will never make money online. The second, no value to the marketplace. There's really two main ways that you can provide value to the marketplace. The first will be with your skills. The second will be with your network. Well, in order to get the network, in order to get around the right people, you have to have skills first. So what do we invest our time and money in? Well, I mean, there's so much free content out there on YouTube. You're probably watching this video on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or wherever my team has repurposed this content to go on. You're probably watching this right here. There's so much free content out there. And what are you doing with your time? Well, you're probably watching TV. You're probably watching mindless, pain-numbing TikToks, right? And you're not building skills. So how can you build a network? Well, you need the skills first. So it's, once again, coming back to priorities and discipline and limiting distractions. Because if you limit those, then you're going to get the skills that you need. And then once you have skills, right, well, then it's stacking more skills. It's like sales, for example. Sales takes a lot of fucking work. So how do you get better at sales? Well, you might pay a mentor. You might watch some trainings. But then you actually have to go do it. A lot of people just learn. They learn, but they never actually go take that knowledge and implement it, right? Which will eventually lead us to step 3 here that we're going to be talking about for the reason why 97% of people don't make money online. But it's because action isn't being taken. So by prioritizing our time, limiting distractions, adding more mind-nurturing things within your diet of social media, your diet of daily habits, that's ultimately how you're going to build skills. And then once you have skills, well, that's how you become more valuable to the marketplace. Because now we can start building networks. You'll start making friends with other people who need your skills. If you're a content creator, you can go out and you can find business owners that need your help. Every business knows the power of social media. They just may not necessarily have that creative nick. They may not have that creative, that creative brain that they may need. So if you're a content creator, go find 10 business owners that need your help. Tell them, hey, I'll work for free for 14 days. I'll put together 10 amazing pieces of content. If you absolutely hate it, you don't have to work with me. But if you love it, I like $1,000 a month. I guarantee you, if you do that enough, you'll be able to get 5 to 10 people paying you. That's $5,000 to $10,000 every single month. I guarantee it. If you actually go out and do the work. So once again, step 2 comes back to building your skills and then finding a network. If you build your skills, then you can find the network, and those network of people, right, they'll introduce you to more people, which then allow you to gain more skills, which then builds on top of that and then makes you more valuable to society. So what's left? Well, what's left is the fear of failure. The fear of failure is what's left. And I think this is the one that holds the majority of people back. They may have the skills, they may have the knowledge, they may have the network, right? But they're too afraid to actually go implement. They're too afraid of failure. The person that's successful is the one that accepts failure, knows that failure is going to happen, and does it anyways. If you double the rate of failure, you'll double your rate of success. It's simple as that. The more times you fail, the more times and more likelihood that you have for success. So instead of backing away from failure, wanting perfection in everything you do, just go out, do it, get hit in the face a few times, and that's ultimately what's going to make you a stronger, better person and more successful, and, once again, provide more value to the marketplace. It all comes back to this. Limit your distractions, acquire new skills, build your network, be surrounded by amazing, wonderful people that lift you up, introduce you to new people, and help you provide more value to the marketplace. And lastly, just take action. Too many people get caught in the day-to-day, never see what could be, and they never actually implement anything because they're too afraid of their ego being damaged. If you remove ego, then it doesn't matter, right? If we don't have to protect our ego every single day, we're going to be fine. And that's ultimately what I want you to take to heart. These 3 things. Implement these. You'll be ahead of 97% of the people out there that never make money online. Sure, you can have your job, you can do whatever. Tons of people are successful, doctors, engineers, whatever. But in this space, it's so saturated. So how do you stand out? It's pretty simple. You just have to be better. You have to be more disciplined. It's really just a game. It's how we play the game, which ultimately determines the results that we get. Talk soon. Thanks for watching.